Welcome to an urgent expose that demands your attention. In an age saturated with information, some crucial events manage to slip through the cracks, often deliberately obscured or overshadowed by other global narratives. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one such event, the missile strikes between India and Pakistan in 2025. This wasn't just another border skirmish, it was a critical flashpoint that threatened to ignite a wider regional conflict, yet went largely unreported in mainstream media. We will delve into the timeline, the triggers, the responses, and the profound implications of an incident you likely missed, but one that reshaped the geopolitical landscape of South Asia. It's time to unveil the truth behind the headlines. To understand the events of 2025, we must first acknowledge the deeply rooted historical context. India and Pakistan, both nuclear-armed nations, have a tumultuous past marred by decades of simmering tension, numerous conflicts, and proxy wars. The disputed region of Kashmir remains a central flashpoint, a wound that refuses to heal, continuously fueling cross-border escalations. Every minor incident along the line of control has the potential to spiral into a major confrontation, keeping the international community on edge. This backdrop of historical animosity and the constant threat of escalation is crucial to comprehending why the 2025 strikes were not just an isolated incident, but a terrifying echo of unresolved grievances. The spark that ignited the 2025 missile strikes occurred on January 12, 2025. Reports began to surface of an alleged incursion by non-state actors, reportedly supported by one side, deep into the disputed territory controlled by the other. This incident quickly escalated, leading to intense firefights and tragic casualties on both sides of the border. What began as a localized confrontation rapidly transformed into a diplomatic crisis. The rhetoric from both capitals immediately escalated, with accusations flying and urgent calls for international intervention, setting the stage for a dangerous cycle of retaliation. The precise details remain contested, but the impact was undeniable. Following the border incursion, India's response was swift and, according to official statements, precisely calculated. Invoking its surgical strike doctrine, India launched targeted retaliatory strikes using advanced precision missiles. These strikes, reportedly executed during the late hours of January 13, 2025, aimed at what India claimed were specific alleged terror infrastructure sites and launch pads located across the line of control. The stated goal was clear: deterrence, not escalation. India emphasized that these were non-military targets meant to neutralize threats without causing widespread civilian casualties or triggering a full-blown war. This strategic decision was a delicate balancing act designed to send a strong message while attempting to control the narrative of conflict. As expected, Pakistan condemned India's actions as unprovoked aggression and a violation of its sovereignty. In response, within hours of the Indian strikes, Pakistan launched its own limited counterstrikes. These were described by Islamabad as defensive measures, targeting specific military installations in border areas on the Indian side of the line of control. Pakistan's narrative was one of asserting its defensive capabilities and demonstrating a readiness to respond to any perceived act of aggression. The nature of these counterstrikes mirrored India's in their limited scope, reflecting a perilous dance between showing strength and avoiding an all-out war. The world held its breath as the tit-for-tat exchanges pushed the region to the brink. The escalation did not go unnoticed by the international community, even if it was quickly overshadowed. Major global powers, acutely aware of the nuclear implications, reacted with immediate concern. The UN Security Council convened an emergency session with calls for an immediate cessation of hostilities. Both the US and China, key players with significant interests in the region, publicly urged de-escalation, emphasizing the need for restraint from global leaders on both sides. There was a palpable fear of a wider regional conflict that could destabilize not just South Asia, but have ripple effects across the globe. Diplomats worked tirelessly behind the scenes, scrambling to prevent the situation from spiraling further out of control. Fortunately, thanks to intense international pressure and crucial back-channel diplomacy, a full-blown war was averted. Within a tense 48-hour period following the initial exchanges, a fragile ceasefire was announced.
This rapid de-escalation was a testament to the urgent efforts of third-party facilitators, whose secret negotiations played a vital role. Military hotlines between the two nations, which had been dormant, were reactivated, allowing for direct communication and preventing further misunderstandings. While the specific details of these negotiations remain largely undisclosed, they were instrumental in pulling both nuclear powers back from the brink, transforming a potentially catastrophic scenario into a contained, albeit deeply concerning, incident.
Even though a wider conflict was averted, the missile strikes of 2025 left significant scars and reinforced the lingering tensions in the region. Immediately, there was a noticeable increase in military presence and heightened border security along the line of control. The incident also had tangible economic impacts, with international investors exhibiting caution, leading to capital flight and a dip in regional markets. The international community remained on high alert, understanding that while the immediate crisis had passed, the fundamental issues remained unresolved. The incident served as a stark reminder of the fragile peace in South Asia and the devastating potential for miscalculation between two nuclear-armed adversaries. So, why did such a significant event go largely unnoticed by many? Several factors contributed. At the time, global focus was heavily shifted elsewhere, perhaps towards another major international crisis or a domestic issue in a powerful nation. This, combined with sophisticated information control and narrative management from the involved parties, ensured that the event remained contained in terms of its media footprint. The 2025 missile strikes are a stark reminder of regional volatility and the delicate balance of power in South Asia. More importantly, they underscore the ongoing need for an informed citizenry capable of scrutinizing headlines and seeking out the full truth, even when it's deliberately obscured. Staying informed is our best defense against complacency.